Okay, hello, creative writing people. You are listening to me most likely in my study hall, so you should look up and wave at me to know, so I know that you are watching this, and I will wave back or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly because I can only record 15 minutes right now, so hopefully this shouldn't take longer than 15 minutes. So, you should be on my website right now, which hopefully you are because you got to the video. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the letter to a grandchild, which if you see it is right over there. I did a terrible job circling. Holy cow. All right. So click on it. And so down here are the two files that you're going to need. The first one is the letter format, which we will get to here in a second. And the second one is the actual assignment. And instead of doing like a whole bunch of different documents, I decided to just put them all in one. We'll see how that works for later assignments. But for right now, it's just one. And also, you're not seeing my face while I'm doing this. If you really want to see me in my house with picture frames with no pictures in them, let me know. So, first one we're going to do is click on the letter to a grandchild, and I'm doing this on my computer, obviously, so it's going to be a little bit different, but you'll still download it and open it in Kingsoft or whatever computer you are using. So you click on that, and it should download or open up to a Google document. And so we're just going to go through this together. And so the directions are you will be writing a letter to be opened by your first grandchild on his or her 16th birthday. You are writing this as you are right now, so you do not know the gender or the name of the child. In the past, I've gotten something like, my dearest Jennifer, or something like that. And I'm just thinking, you don't know what their name is. You don't know what gender they are either. And so, make sure that you're just saying, my dear grandchild, okay? So, a couple things that I would like you to have in this. The first one being a brainstorming. I just want to see what you're brainstorming, like what you do to brainstorm. And so, I want you to do that. I also need a rough draft. You also need two people to critique your letter and critique it well. Don't just, write a couple comments and say, oh, it was good, and then move on. I want like actual honest feedback on them. And then a final polished draft that is emailed to me. And so, as we scroll down here, the first part there is what actually goes into your letter. Your letter can be around 4 to 5 paragraphs, and when I say a paragraph, I don't mean like a 3 to 5 sentences. These can be decent sized, half-page paragraphs because you're going to cover a lot of things, and your grandchild, you know, is going to be, years and years, 30, 40 years away at least. And so you might be dead, to be honest. And so you need to be so specific and so detailed that your future grandchild knows what's going on in 2014. And so the first thing you want is a description of yourself because one, you could be dead, and two, you could actually change, your appearance. We get older, we get gray hair and wrinkles and just terrible things like that. So physically, what you a description of yourself. Also, a description of how you are intellectually. Smart. If you're smart, what kind of smart are you? What do you like to study? That kind of stuff. And then emotionally, are you emotionally happy? Are you usually upset? Stuff like that. Um, like I said, be detailed and specific. The next paragraph is the goals. You really want some short-term and long-term goals. Short-term is 3 to 5 years, and long-term is, after 5 years. Be specific. Don't just say, I want a job and I want to go to school, and be specific in what you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, be honest with your grandchild. At this point in my life, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I want to do something for, when I was in college, I went through the business major, I went to teaching, I went to journalism, I went to radio broadcasting, and then back to teaching. And so, I mean, I did a whole lot of different things. I didn't know what I wanted to be really. And so, those are, be specific and be detailed and be honest. Okay? Your world. Keep in mind that your grandchild might not live in the same area, They might not live in Traer or Cloutier or wherever you're from. Wherever Doug's living now. Hi, Doug, by the way, from wherever you're living. So make sure that you kind of describe the area that you're in. If you've moved around, maybe describe a couple different places you've been, and how they're different. Um, the culture, what is it like growing up in a small town? What's it like moving from maybe a big city to a small town if you moved? The social part, how we're all on our phones now and, all that kind of stuff. And then the political aspects, we have Barack Obama as president, whether you like him or hate him, I don't care either way. Just be specific and detailed with your grandchild. Okay? There's a lot of things there that I'm asking you to do, and when we get to the rubric, you'll see everything that I'm going to be grading you on. And then the last part is your advice for the future. Um, use personal stories and stuff like that. Remember that the advice should be for either gender. So maybe you can just do an overall one, or maybe do for the guys and then, for the girls. And so that's kind of the assignment. Sorry. Let's go to the due dates. And as you look here, all due dates are at 4 p.m. Okay? All due dates are at 4 p.m. Let me erase that. There we go. And so, I'm giving you this on Tuesday the 14th. So, in 2 days, I really want your brainstorming. I want to know how you brainstorm and how you get your creative juices. You can't see me, I'm quoting right now. Creative juices flowing, okay? So, brainstorming is due on Thursday. Next week, Monday, so in 6 days, your rough draft is due. A note there, I'd prefer Google Drive, that way you can just share it with me, but I'll accept it as a Word document or Evernote. Later on, we might all do the same document style, but right now, it can be whatever you want. On Thursday, your critiques are due. You need 2 critiques, like I said. So you need to get together with people in the class. There's 5 or 6 of you. Just remember that Doug is also in the group and he's got email. Doug, most of the students are in 5th hour, which is 12:20 to 1:04. So if you're online during that time, that'd be really great. And then Thursday the 28th is the final draft. Okay? So, going down to the rubric, here are all the things I'm looking for, and I kind of want to explain these. I'm not going to explain all the criteria. I really want to explain the scores and what we're going to do with the scores, okay? So, this first one here, this is if you are above and beyond, okay? So, it's not just to have the criteria that I'm asking for, it's to have it and more, to be really detailed, to go the extra mile, okay? The next one is just proficient. If you cover what you're supposed to, and you cover it well because you're all seniors, you will get that as a grade. Below proficient is the next one, and then and that's kind of speaks for itself. And then if you don't have it in the paper, like if you don't say what you look like, then you get a 0. So, and just a quick note about my grading. So I think I said this maybe in the syllabus, but if you saw that, we're gonna spend like a week working on our portfolio after each kind of writing assignment. That's also a time for you to kind of revamp your style. So let's say, for example, um, you get 5s and 4s and everything except for I can't scroll down. Maybe like this one, you get like 2 in it, and this one, okay? I'm going to ask you to redo the assignment to get these to a proficient, you will get half the points. So let's say you go from a 2 to a 4, you would get 1 point. You go from a 2 to a 5, you would get, 1.75 or whatever. And your final grade will not be done until every criteria is at proficient or higher. If you're confused about that, let me know in class. And I'm losing my voice here. So I'm going to stop this video. The total point is 115. There's going to be another video now on how to write your letter, because that's important. And that's part of the criteria that's down here. So, all right, thank you for watching. Here comes the next video.